Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a great fun one for you today. Got some rotating giant text that rotates when you scroll down the page. If I hit this button, you'll see what I mean. It's going to take us down here. We've got some text rotating in as we scroll down the page. We've got more rotating in. I've got one with a mask there. Really easy to do, really eye-catching. I've seen this on several sites recently. We had to do it for a client. I just thought I'd show you how because it's kind of fun. So let's add a new page. And you'll be glad to know there's no coding involved in this today at all. We'll give it a name. Try and spell things right. And we'll use the Divi builder. I'm going to build from scratch. Puts in a section for you by default. I'm going to add a row with a single column in it. To do this today, I'm using heading modules. I'm going to go down and get a heading there. We'll write what we want it to say here. Don't want a link. You may want to link these depending on what you want to happen with your site. But if you do want to put a link in there, just open up the link, put your link in right there. Always best practice if you're linking to your own site, leave it in the same window. If you're linking off-site, put it in a new tab. That way your site will stay open. I'm not going to put a background on this. Let's move over to our design tab. Now here's our heading text. Don't want it to be an H1. You really only want one H1 on a page. You can make it a 2 or 3. Let's make this a 3. And we want to find a font that's going to look good large. So that's usually the taller type fonts. And one I've been using is Oswald for this. And you can just hit where it says default there. I've got mine up in the recents. But to choose a font, just roll over one. There's a lot of them. It'll give you an example. I'm going to use the Oswald again. I've got it saved in my recents up here. That's great. I'm going to capitalize it. I'm going to make it as bold as it will go. I'm going to roll down, put it in the middle, and I want it an awful lot bigger. In fact, I want it bigger than the actual row it's sitting in. So I'm actually going to make mine on desktop here 400 pixels. So I'm going to put my cursor in there, 400. As you can see, it's spilling out of our row here because the row's not big enough. So let's fix that. And we'll come back and edit this text a little bit more. I want to make this row full width. To do that, go up into the row tab, the green one right here. Click on the little cog. Over in design, we'll find sizing. Here's the width. I'm going to pull that slider up so it's 100%. I'm going to copy that, Control C. I'm going to paste it in the max width below, Control V, or you can just type it in. We've now got a full width row, and that's actually fitting on there. The row is now stretching from one side of the screen to the other. Perfect. While we're here, though, I'm going to set a custom gutter width. The gutter width is the space beside and below an item. So I'm going to put my gutter width down to 0, which will mean it'll have less space down and below when we put another row in. So the letters or the words will be closer together, and you'll see that when I actually create another row. Or we can actually create our flip effect while we're in the row here too. If I close up sizing, we've got animation down the bottom. I'm going to put mine on flip. And it'll give you an example. If you click on one of these, it'll do the animation for you. Like I say, I'm using flip for mine today, but any of these would pretty much work. So I'm going to pop mine on flip. Animation direction center's fine. Animation duration, I'm going to ramp it up to maybe 1.5 seconds or just under, maybe 1400 I think I used on mine. But obviously that's up to you. That's the time it takes to complete the animation. Delay, I want a bit of a delay, maybe 3/4 of a second, so it doesn't start right away. That way there'll be a little bit of a gap, and then it'll come in. There we go, something like that. Intensity, I want it as intense as it can get. And starting opacity, I want it to be fully visible. I don't want it fading, just like that. Fantastic. Well, what I want to do now is I want to tighten those letters up just a little bit. And also we need to check them on tablet and mobile because this will work just as well on tablet and mobile. So let's do that. Save our row settings. I think everything's pretty much how I want it there. I'm going to go back into my text module, You can hit the little paintbrush. As you can see, our row's full width, so our little paintbrush is all the way over to the left-hand side there. Takes us straight to the text. Let's go down to the letter spacing. I want it to tighten up, so I'm going to go negative with it. As you can see, it's tightening up there. Also, when you, I think that's a little too much there. When you take the letter spacing down like this, you can make it bigger if you need to, if you want to use up more space. I think that's going to work for me fine now. I'm happy with that. Great. Now let's just check the size on all devices, because like I say, you want this to work on tablet and mobile too. So, common to all Divi modules, if you roll up over the dark writing within a module, if you see a little mobile phone type icon, click on it. You can have completely different values there on the tablet tab and the phone tab. Let's click on the tablet tab. Yeah, way too big. I think I used 180 for tablet. And you do want to check these on the real devices once the site's live, because you may need to tweak them. This will get you close, but sometimes it's not perfect. 17 is a bit too tight there. Let's take that down. Whoops, wrong way. Yeah, that works for me. Let's have a look on the phone. Again, that's way too big for the phone there. We're at 180. Let's try it 100. Yeah, I think that's going to work. And I'm happy with the spacing on that too. Fantastic. Great. Well, now we've got one. It's going to be really easy to duplicate. Let's just save our changes. I'm going to go into this row. I'm going to hit the two little squares to duplicate. As you can see, we've got one down below here. And we just need to go in, change the words. It doesn't matter whether you put them in lowercase or uppercase, because we've got them styled to all be uppercase. I'm going to rinse and repeat a couple of times. Let's clone it again. We'll go in there. Keep going for as many as you want. And the more you have, the more dramatic effect it is, really. Great. So we've got this. Let's save it and see what we've actually got here. Save draft. Publish if you're ready. We'll exit the visual builder. And here it is. As we roll down, those are going to roll in just like that. Now that's pretty dramatic, eye-catching stuff. What I did with mine, I put a bit of a hero section in the top. I'll just show you. I got one saved in the library because it makes it more impactful when they scroll down and something like that happens. So I'm going to roll to the bottom here. Got it saved in my library. Rotate hero. And there it is right there. Rather than drag it up, I'll use my little layers icon here on the right hand side. I know it's on the bottom. Just an easier way of moving things quite often. So it's now going to be on the top. Now I've got that button linking to a section. I think it was called T1. Let's have a look. Go in there. We'll look at the button link. Yeah, hashtag T1. So that's CSS ID. If we give our section down below, just X out of that. Give that an ID of T1. It'll roll this to the top of the screen when we click on that button. Over in Advanced, CSS IDs and classes. Make sure you put it in the ID, not the class. Well, it was just T1. I think a text 1 probably, knowing me. Great. Well, let's save that again and see what we've got. We'll exit the visual builder. Here we got our little hero section. Now I can click on the button. It rolls down. There's our little text. We can continue rolling down the page. And that's a really nice little feature. As you can see, really easy to do. No coding whatsoever. And in tomorrow's, I'll do a quick one tomorrow. I'll show you how to do a little bit of mask text. I think I got one down here somewhere. We'll turn one of these into a text mask. There it is right there. I've just got a little parallax image behind there. And again, that's another effect you can do. And of course, you can change the background colors around to make things more impactful again. I just changed the color of the row it was in, the background there, and changed the text color to white on that one. So there you go, guys. There's how to create some giant rotating text with the Divi theme. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and we're designingtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.